why Hunter x Hunter could have been bigger than One Piece, brought to us by Anime Therapy. Now, I wasn't around when these two first started. Even me, I was not born yet. But Hunter x Hunter is my second favorite anime. One Piece is my first favorite anime. Now, let's see what went wrong back then to why Hunter x Hunter isn't as big now. Well, we kind of already know Togashi health problems can't really finish this story, and he probably never will, to be quite honest with you, unless he has someone else draw it and he just tells them the story, which I kind of doubt because he could have been done that. I think he's very prideful, unlike wanting to do his own work. You feel me? Which to me is understandable. But yeah, let's hop straight into it. So I'll leave his video link down below.
Okay, hold up, let me cook. I think Hunter x Hunter could have been bigger than One Piece, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why in the next 8 minutes. Chapter 1, Hunter Piece. Let me ask you this, what makes One Piece so great? Is it the vast array of...
What makes One Piece so, well, to me, I feel like One Piece just has everything, bro. Like the story, character, emotional scenes, freaking fight scenes, freaking character interactions, character moments. I feel like One Piece literally just has everything. Now Hunter x Hunter is also right there too. You feel me? But One Piece and like since it has like such a huge cast, we just see in that so long, we just see so much of everybody. And I feel like that is one of his strongest um traits.
characters and personalities? Is it the insane world building with some of the most unique locations in all of
World
anime?
building's definitely up there too.
Is it the mysteries and lore? The funny moments?
there
To
too.
me, it's all the above. For a show that has
Yeah.
been out since the 90s, the fondness within the community is not lost on me at all. It is an iconic piece of work that's still expanding its reach even today. But therein lies a big part of its legacy. Consistency, with quality of course. When you can grow and invest in characters for a long enough time, their journey becomes our journey. We are lost within the world of One Piece and look at the Straw Hats as if they are our very own Nakama. It's a special, unbreakable bond that stands the test of time because of the time invested. So now let me ask you, what makes Hunter x Hunter so
Yeah,
great?
that is a fact. Now I know that One Piece is getting a new animation that's like that a new adaptation of the anime. I know is coming out with Wit, but I'ma still, when I tell people to watch the show, I'ma still tell them to watch the OG version of it, bro. I need you to watch all 1,200 episodes of this show, bro. Bro, you really gotta feel it for real, bro.
Is it the vast array
And
of
what makes Hunter
characters?
x Hunter great? Hunter x Hunter, I, it's just fire, bro. I don't Hunter x Hunter is just really good, bro. The characters, like I don't even know how to explain
And
it,
personality?
but like Hunter x Hunter
Is it the
it's a
insane
hit.
world building with some of the most unique locations in all of anime? Is it the mysteries and
All
lore,
the
the
same
funny
stuff.
moments, or maybe the amazing fights? To me, it's all the above. A series that started in the late 90s, the fondness in the community is high. It's an iconic piece of work that's still expanding even today. Sound familiar? The problem is, unlike One Piece, Hunter x Hunter
consistent.
was regrettably not able to hold up one important pillar: long-term consistency. Due to reasons out of Togashi's control, Hunter x Hunter wasn't able to be consistent. Here's a chart showcasing all the times Hunter x Hunter went on
Jesus Christ. Jesus, this is insane. He it's like he just, bro, this is crazy. This is 3 years straight he missed. I think that was the longest time he like missed was like 3 years straight with like nothing. But like these, you get like what's this, like 8 chapters a year, if that. Bro, this is crazy, bro.
hiatus. It's a lot,
He
right?
just need to get someone to draw it for him, bro. Like, I don't
And
know,
waiting
bro.
for shows is tough because it's not like the show ever lost quality, but it does end up losing momentum. Why do you think even though the AOT ending
Plus, I also seen some of the manga, it's like a lot of like words in that whole like it's like barely any drawings in like some of the panels, which is like crazy. That's why I couldn't. That's why I haven't read that whole for real. Because I feel like I'm reading a book and like if I want to read a book, I'm gonna read a book. You feel me?
Was perfect, learn more here. The fact it was split up into so many parts was frustrating. At the very least, that show lost quality, but it
Yeah,
does
that's what he
end up
said.
losing momentum. Why do you think even though the AOT ending was perfect, learn more here, the fact it was split up into so many parts
Yeah,
was frustrating?
this
At the
did blow me. I definitely stopped watching this series for. I recently watched season 4 this year. You feel me?
very least, that show came to a conclusion. Hunter x Hunter feels like they were just getting started. Chapter 2.
Hiatus X hiatus.
This show has been on so many hiatuses that people started calling it hiatus x hiatus or hiatus, however you want
Which
to call
is messed up because like it's out of his control because he can't he got back problems. I'm pretty sure, and like he wants to be the one to freaking draw it.
it. I think that what really hurts to hear on all fronts is that one of the reasons for the frequent hiatuses is the author Tagashi's health issues and how they've progressed over the years. He's been very open with his struggle and how it's impacted his ability to work. And if you've heard anything about the happenings at Mappa and other studios in Japan, the life of a mangaka is really difficult. To maintain a constant flow of work and creativity is hard enough even in your best shape. One of the best things about this
Which is
community
crazy how Oda has been able to do this for 30 years, bro. That is insane.
is the respect they have for Tagashi. Although we all crave new chapters and to get more of the story, we care for the individual that's changed our lives with his creation. Where Oda is having sleepless nights and pushing himself to the limits to get One Piece out as frequently as possible,
Oda's
Tagashi
superhuman,
just
bro.
can't. In
That boy
October
not for me.
2023, Tagashi posted a cryptic message implying a new Hunter x Hunter episode was soon coming. That post exploded in popularity, getting over
I did see this
450,000 likes. And I think that goes to show how strongly the community believes in his work. In addition, Tagashi is a perfectionist, so some of the smaller hiatuses were more so just to make sure he got all his story points as perfect as he could. The show has so many layers and things to keep up with, it makes sense that it would need a little bit extra time, especially considering Tagashi is already known as one of the most influential and best-selling manga artists of all time. One of his classic works, Yu Yu Hakusho, is not only a classic anime, but the leading shonen inspiration of so many iconic series, even the likes of
I've
Naruto
not
and
seen
Jujutsu Kaisen. Yu Yu
Yu
Hakusho, with
Hakusho,
over
but
78
I've heard
million
that it's a
copies
hit.
sold worldwide, is one of the best-selling manga of all time, and it recently even got a Netflix live-action adaptation. All this done by a show that, although great, isn't even his magnum opus. Hunter x Hunter has sold over 84 million copies worldwide, even through all the hiatuses. We've gone to a
That's
point where
crazy.
Tagashi himself has released the potential
Honest,
ending for Hunter x
That
Hunter.
is crazy though. It's sold this much even throughout hiatuses,
Fear
bro.
that he may not be able to complete the story, which sucks, and it brings me to my next point, Chapter 3.
Biggest show ever.
For those of you who don't know about Hunter x Hunter, this story is about a kid named Gon Freaks, whose dad left at a young age to pursue his life of being a hunter. Instead of Gon being sad that his father isn't around, he becomes ecstatic that there's something that means so much to his dad in this world. Gon grows up living with his aunt and dreaming to find out about his dad in the world of being a hunter. His aunt is completely against it, but after completing the impossible task she put up for him as a prerequisite to being allowed to take this adventure, he finally leaves his small little island to explore the world. Once he journeys towards the hunter licensing exam, we are introduced to our other main characters, Killua, Kurapika, and Leorio. All amazing characters with great personal backstories. And what happens next is insane. This story is so well written. Every damn character you meet is so cool and interesting in their own right. The story builds on itself in exciting ways. It has emotional moments that just hit. It makes you feel connected. The world and the lore is so expansive and intriguing. It's actually astonishing to think about. Tagashi is so good at writing the characters that even when they aren't all together, you are never bored. This show has some of my favorite villains of all time. The introduction of Gon's dad is absolutely fantastic. Each arc connects so well and always finds ways to convey thoughtful themes. And for a show that's supposed to keep on going, it leaves off at a relatively satisfying place. And for all these reasons, I feel like it could have been as big, if not bigger, than One Piece. A long-standing series of this level of quality with this amazing cast of characters in this fantastic of a world.
No, it is definitely hard for me to like gauge how big it could have been because I haven't read the manga, but I have only heard great things about it. You feel me? But like One Piece is like I don't know how to explain it, but One Piece is it's like something else about it that like. But Hunter x Hunter definitely probably has that too.
deserves the praise of its accolades. I would watch 2,000 episodes of Hunter x Hunter. Togashi
Oh,
created a
for
masterpiece, so
sure.
the only caveat being he hasn't finished it yet. But what a critique. On a list of positives and negatives, my only negative is that it's not done and I want more. That's a negative that might as well be a positive. Personally, I've read the manga past the point where the show left off, and I'm not even
Don't spoil
remotely
me.
disappointed by the story. If anything, I'm pissed that one of the coolest fights hasn't even been
Have heard about this fight. I heard that this fight was crazy.
animated yet. And the day it does get animated, oh, that'd be so cool. Anyways, I love how the series subverts from some typical shonen tropes. It isn't afraid to get dark or be itself and have personality. I love how there are twists and turns that oppose conventional storytelling. The fights aren't just about willpower. They're masterfully done with strategy and effort to imbue
Yes,
problems.
plus the power system in this whole is like probably the best power system game. Then it's so complex to it, but like it's so interesting and so much cool stuff that you could do with that whole, bro.
Solving. It
And I
just
think
makes the
that's what
story feel
makes
so
a
real.
great
The pain is
power
harrowing, the
system.
joy is palpable, and the heart of the show is so admirable. It competes with One Piece directly, taking real estate in the same space, only missing consistency, which probably makes you wonder if it could have been bigger than One Piece. What's better? Chapter 4.
What's better?
I've seen both shows and I can say with my
What's better?
chest that Hunter x Hunter is my favorite and to me is better. I think
Hunter x Hunter is my two. One Piece is my one. Is Hunter x Hunter better? Those first how many episodes is Hunter x Hunter? Like 140 maybe. To up to where is 140 episodes of One Piece? Is that like I'm pretty sure you're still in the East Blue. So let's just compare the East Blue to the entirety of Hunter x Hunter, the anime. Hunter x Hunter might got that hoe over the East Blue. I think it's safe to say that it does have that hoe over East Blue. Because for me, East Blue don't really get good until Baratier. Actually, let me make sure that is where. Okay, so no, I lied. The okay, so I lied. I'm probably cut out all that, but 130 is where Alabasta ends. And let me make sure again how many episodes is Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter is 148 episodes. So it's basically about the same because Jaya is it ends at 152. So we could do up until the ending of Jaya. You feel me? And I don't know if Hunter x Hunter got up to there because we seen Drum Island, Alabasta, Arlong Park, Baratier, freaking One Piece. One Piece might have that, in my opinion, but but it is definitely close though.
just like One Piece, it could have captured a global market with its themes of adventure, friendship, freedom, and just all around being something so iconic. In my heart of hearts, I can't see a world where Hunter x
But
Hunter
it's
had
it's
the
definitely
consistency
crazy to say Hunter x Hunter. Well, he also read the manga, but the anime for anime is definitely crazy to say that Hunter x Hunter is better because One Piece dead has 1,000 episodes. Like it's so much stuff in it. Now there are some bad parts, some weaker arcs, but One Piece has some of the greatest stuff ever, in my
to
opinion.
build its fan base out like One Piece and failed at it. This is the unsung hero of shonen anime, a show that got everything right to the highest degree, except the longevity behind its moment to shine. And listen, I believe both shows are amazing in their own right. One Piece is unique and has a lot to offer. The comedic aspects contrasted with the harrowing backstories
Yeah, comedy
alongside
wise, I don't think Hunter x Hunter touching One Piece. I think pre time skip one of the funniest animes I've ever seen.
this whimsical world is genuinely a beast in its own lane, but the same goes for Hunter x Hunter. So as much as I frame it as a
I'm
competition, I
so
believe
sorry.
they would have
This
both
video
been
is
equally
I'm
as
6 minutes
successful
in
at the
now,
very
and I've
least.
been
A show
recording
that
for 14.
destroys the concept of the big three
15.
because it should have always been a big four. But again, if I'm asked which I think is better, my personal opinion is that Hunter x Hunter is the winner. I think it's one of the best anime of all time, and it sucks to imagine how big the fan base for the show could have been when I look over at the One Piece fandom. I like the fights better, I like the dark and mature themes more, I love the power system, I love how well
Power system, I got over One Piece for sure. The fights as a totality, I don't know. but
well. It balances the line
it
between
definitely is
jokey and
all close
seriousness.
though.
And again, I say all this not to take anything away from One Piece, but just to really emphasize the potential of a show like Hunter x Hunter. With One Piece, even though I've enjoyed the show, I've always thought the fights were kind of boring and felt inconsequential. We know Luffy's gonna win after losing a couple times first, whereas in Hunter x Hunter, the fights are so much more complex. Some of them are completely cerebral, like this moment when Gon attempts to steal Hisoka's bat during the Hunter exams. It's not a traditional fight, but it has all the merits of one and provides not only excitement, but a variety in the idea of fighting. Or the fight that
Well, One Piece and Luffy always end up winning. It's not really a point against One Piece because that's kind of every anime. Like we kind of know the main character is like going to win certain fights. Like most animes, we know the main character's not about to die here.
Crollo has with Zeno and Silco. It's absolutely amazing. These aren't even the main characters fighting, but you're so excited to watch it. Or this scene when Gon and Killua are training with this Edward Scissorhand looking dude. And it's not even a fight, it's just a training session, but it's so much fun to watch. And that's another thing about the fights that I really like in Hunter x Hunter. They don't feel like they're based on willpower. Sometimes when you watch shows like One Piece, it feels like the character can kind of bring his strength out of him. He's losing to the maximum possible degree, but the willpower in him brings him out and he comes out on top.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like one of like the themes of One Piece though, because like there's like wills, they like mean a lot in this verse. So I'm not really too mad about that.
I can't do it! SpongeBob, come back!
Patrick, I'm not coming home.
Whereas Hunter x Hunter, it feels like the characters have to work to win. They have to put in effort. They struggle throughout the entire series. They don't really have easy fights. Not to say that Luffy has easy fights, but you get what I'm saying. One Piece's main character even feels kind of one-dimensional to me, to be honest. Aside from death, Luffy always felt like a joyous bubble of happiness, which isn't bad, but Gon has so many different personality traits and terrifying things that have happened to build out his character. On top of that, he isn't the only main character. In the manga, Togashi...
Well, I think Gon. Well, I don't think Luffy's one dimensional. He does have like a. I don't know how to explain it, but like I don't know how to explain it.
She actually gave Kurapika the lead role for a bit, with both Gon and Killua nowhere in sight. And I kind of love this dynamic because there's something special about all of them, and they're all strong enough to carry the show without the other. I also think One Piece can sometimes feel overly repetitive. Island, problem, save island, new information, party, repeat, which is fine. None of this makes One
Well,
Piece
you can also do that for a lot of different shows, though, having like a formula.
bad, but these are the places where I feel like Hunter x Hunter really shines through as being a very strong contender of being able to take One Piece on, especially if it stayed on for the same amount of time. Because when it's good, it's great, and without spoiling too much, things like the moments of Miriam and Kumagi are one of the most interesting anime character pairings I think I've ever seen. Crollo is one of the coolest villains ever, alongside the entire Spider Troop. Never have you
Well,
met
I'm not gonna say the entire Spider Troop. They are cool though, but I personally don't really care for it. Like half of them. I'm not gonna lie.
such terribly evil villains that also feel redeemable and
Then
introspective.
again, I haven't read the manga though.
Character is one-dimensional, and you'll find yourself enjoying the company of almost all of them. The deep lore behind Gon's dad and the general world of Hunter x Hunter is so fun to watch unfold. The dark moments in the show get super dark. The relationship between Gon and Killua is amazing. Killua's whole family is so well done. How perfect the pace of the character's strength and growth in the world is. The balance is so well done. The stakes always feel high. Shizuku, personal bias, but hey, I love her so much. The Greed Island arc, the Yorknu arc, I don't know, man. I think
the Greed Island arc does get a lot of hate for like being like quote unquote bad, but I think that arc was great and fun.
Rave about this show forever. For something that started in 1998, I sit here in 2024 with the hopes that myself and others will get to see more of this wonderful show in our lifetime. I hope it continues to grow in recognition and popularity, and if it doesn't get the chance to continue, it's okay, because I appreciate what I've gotten so far, and I hope Togashi always prioritizes his health. For him, I have nothing but praise and thanks. Chapter 5.
In conclusion,
If you've come across this video, you're either an individual who is a Hunter x Hunter fan that agrees with me, a One Piece fan that wants to see what the I'm talking about, or someone who hasn't even seen either of these shows and are just into anime in general. So I'll end things like this. If you've seen Hunter x Hunter but not One Piece, give One Piece a go. If you've watched One Piece and never seen Hunter x Hunter, definitely give Hunter x Hunter a shot. If you haven't seen both, I don't know why you haven't, I don't know what you're doing here, but watch both. And personally, I recommend to start with Hunter x Hunter. It's less episodes and I feel like it's almost guaranteed that you will love it. And then make sure you start One Piece. It's a great watch as well, but it's a lot longer.
I do think that's how I watched these. I'm pretty sure I watched Hunter x Hunter first. I watched this show first, and then I restarted it, and I watched it all. So I seen it go back to back, and then I'm pretty sure I watched Hunter x Hunter or
longer, so make
One
sure you
Piece.
use my watch guide before you watch it. These are both iconic shows. It's the Battle of Titans, and I love them both for what they are. They are both an amazing reflection of the best of what anime has to offer, and their legacies will undoubtedly continue to inspire and entertain audiences for years to come. Anyways, if you want to be tapped into all things
Fire video, you know what I'm saying? Now, in totality, do I agree Hunter x Hunter could have been bigger than One Piece? Maybe, you feel me? Possibly. There's a chance. Because they started around the same time, I'm pretty sure. And and these are both iconic, loved shows. So there's a chance it could have been, but I don't know. I don't know. I haven't read this, so but yeah, I definitely do agree with some of your points, most of them probably, but yeah, definitely fire video. I'll leave his video linked down below, and yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and peace.